Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am ZJ Pierce, the host of the Nerdz Watching Wrasslin Podcast, and this is Quick React, and today we are talking about the February 25th episode of Aew Dynamite. Y'all, this show was so good. All these matches were so hard-hitting. I would honestly say early match of the year candidates, some of these. I don't even want to waste any time because so much happened on this show. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get to it. Tag me in. So, the show starts off with Jon Moxley taking on El Clone in an AEW Continental Championship Eliminator match. And my God, this match was so good. El Clone and Jon Moxley meshed so well together. Like, just beautiful stuff. Especially from El Clone, like, I know he started out just as like Hologram's opponent, but Hologram not being here, he has really stepped into his own. Every time I've watched an El Clone match, I have been blown away. And Jon Moxley could not afford to let up. Y'all, that match was so good with an amazing finish as El Clone was going for his Argentine backbreaker powerbomb. Jon Moxley countered it into a paradigm shift and then hit the Death Rider for the win. Y'all, just such a great way to start the show. We then go into a recap of Swerve versus Kenny Omega from last week, which is then immediately interrupted by Prince Nana and Swerve Strickland, where Swerve says he doesn't feel guilty about what he did to Kenny because he warned Kenny that anything that happened now was on him, especially when Kenny had the nerve to call somebody else the most dangerous man in all of AEW. So he lets the record be clear that he's the most dangerous man in AEW, and this does not go well with Brody King. There will be more on that later. Next, Orange Cassidy took on Gabe Kidd, and man, Gabe Kidd was not here to play around, y'all. Like, putting him in a match with Orange Cassidy, thinking that Orange Cassidy stuff was going to fly with him was like bad. Like, those were some stiff chops, bro. Like, Orange Cassidy low-key, not even low-key, Orange Cassidy got high-key put through the ringer, y'all. I can't even like fake it. Gabe Kidd ultimately gets the win after pulling the referee in front of him while Orange was going for the orange punch. While the referee's back is turned, he then gouges the eyes out and sticks him with a pile driver. Like I said, Orange Cassidy tried to get his little bits off, but none of that was going to work against Gabe Kidd here tonight. Gabe Kidd got the 1, 2, 3, like I said, after a stuck pile driver. Do you hear me? After the match, Clark Connors will come out to attack, which led to Darby Allin ultimately making the save, hitting a cold red on Clark Connors, and managing to hit Gabe Kidd in the back with the thumbtacks that he has on his skateboard, because Darby Allin just has that. Backstage, Chris Statlander tries to warn Thunder Rosa to be careful in her title match against Thekla next week, but on Collision, they will have a tag team match against the Sisters of Sin now that Chris Statlander is able to compete again. Yay, Chris Statlander. Then we just have a nice little showcase match for Kevin Knight as he takes on Mansoor. Raise your hand if you got Mansoor signed to AEW. Kevin Knight won quite easily with the UFO splash. After the match, he proceeds to give Hangman his flowers in his upcoming match at Revolution, but then asks if he could be the first contender after he wins. Please remember also that Kevin Knight is 1/3 of the trio champions with Hangman Page and Speedball Make Bailey. Just, titles. Next, we get the stipulation decision between MJF and Hangman Adam Page for Revolution. And MJF just decides that he's going to MJF it up, first of all, comparing Hangman Adam Page to Cody Rhodes. And then secondly, saying that they're going to leave it up to a coin toss where if it's heads, it will be Max's stipulation, which is a one-way no disqualification match. And if it's tails, it will be Hangman Adam Page's stipulation of Texas death. Before they flip the coin, Hangman Adam Page asks MJF if he's sure about what he's about to get into, because if it ends up being Texas death, this match will kill him, will change him. And even though he proclaims to be the devil, he is not ready for the hell that Texas death can bring. So then, now we get the coin toss. It lands on heads. We think it's MJF's stipulation. But baby, this is professional wrestling. Let us see the quarter. MJF tries to run away, but Brody King, Bandito, and Jet Speed come out to make sure MJF hands up the quarter. And since the quarter was obviously rigged, Tony Khan makes the match at Revolution, Texas Death, where if Hangman Adam Page loses, he will never compete for the AEW Men's World Championship again, like I said, akin to Cody Rhodes. Next, Megabad took on the Babes of Wrath for the AEW Women's Tag Team Championships. This match ended in DQ when Lena Cross came in and attacked Willow Nightingale with the title belt. I'm assuming this is because Penelope Ford seemingly picked up an injury in the match. I hope Penelope Ford is okay, and that is all the time I'm going to give that because I don't like talking about injuries. They are very unfortunate. Next, in your big meaty man slapping meat match, we had Mark Davis taking on Brody King, and this is exactly what I just said it was. This was two big meaty man slapping meat bump beef. This was a very hard-hitting affair. You will wince a couple times if you want to go back and watch this match. Another match of the year candidate right here. Brody King got the win ultimately with two lariats. Like, that's how, seriously, like, we just had to knock each other out real quick. Loved everything about that. After the match, Brody King tells Swerve Strickland that he's the most dangerous man in AEW, and he's looking for a fight at Revolution. Bandito, who is also with Brody King, says that he too is looking for a fight at Revolution, and this brings out Andrade El Idolo. Cannot wait to see Bandito versus Andrade. Backstage, Kyle Fletcher tells Tommaso Ciampa that Sylvia's gone and now Pinky is not coming near here for a while because Kyle Fletcher is the greatest TNT champion of all time. Insert Kazuchika Okada to stir up more tension, talking about how they have much more in common with each other being champions than Kyle Fletcher has with Takeshita, and says that this Saturday they should team up for the first time ever as Proto Okada, my bad. And Kyle Fletcher accepts. And in the main event, we have Mile High Madness, which was basically just anarchy in the arena, but you know, for TV, as FTR and The Demand took on the Young Bucks, the Rascals, and Jungle Boy Jack Perry. And like I said, this was basically just anarchy in the arena. The heels attacked Jack Perry as he was making his entrance, meaning that Jack Perry's entrance just played for a while. And then after some good few crowd brawling segments, this was just spot fest after spot fest after spot fest. So many tables were broken. Like, Jungle Boy was just yeeted through a table by Great O'Khan. The Rascals hit a Spanish Fly on Ricochet through the table. There was a 5-way super kick party. Like, match was just insane, with Jack Perry ultimately getting the win on Ricochet, meaning Jack Perry has once again pinned the AEW National Champion, so expect the title match coming from him soon. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the February 25th episode of AEW Dynamite. Let me know what you thought of the show and of this video. Please make sure you like, follow, share, subscribe, and woo-woo. And if I could leave you with anything, I will leave you with this verse from Proverbs 16:24. Kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul and healthy for the body. Please know that the words that you do say do have an effect not only on other people's lives, but on your lives. So make sure you speak positively and positivity onto one another as well into yourself. Think positive thoughts, be a positive person, always express love. For Quick Reacts, I am the Southern Wrestling Scholar, ZJ Pierce. Please be on the lookout this March for the newest episode of the Nerdz Watching Wrasslin Podcast, where I will do a deep dive into AEW Revolution. Until then, I will see y'all next time.